So our bodies might be able to degrade plastic a lot sooner than you might think. There have now been at least 2 studies that I could find that have identified specific bacteria that have the potential to degrade microplastics. Obviously, microplastics are becoming a bigger and bigger issue, and considering they do tremendous harm to many different parts of our body, scientists are really trying to figure out how to, well, degrade them not only in the environment, but also potentially in our body. There's already been a lot of solutions found specifically with probiotic bacterial species, and they've been able to actually identify specific bacteria that usually live in our gut microbiome that may potentially be able to biodegrade plastic. So every human being has what's called a gut microbiome, and that is like billions, if not trillions, of bacteria living in, I'm gonna say your stomach, but it's your gut, your colon, intestines, that whole area, okay? And this is good. The more bacteria that's down there, the better. So there was a study that came out recently that found there were 3 specific bacterial taxa, that's groups, that had significant correlations with microplastics biodegradation, detected for the first time the presence of genes encoding plastic degrading enzymes in the human gut microbiome, suggesting an adaptation of gut microbiome to microplastics contamination. That's evidence that our bodies might be adapting to someday degrade microplastics, which is amazing because, yeah, that would be very smart for our bodies to adapt so that it could then biodegrade the massive contamination issue that our children will be facing. Microplastics exposure may beneficially modulate immune system responses in certain contexts, right? Such as by enhancing the production of specific cytokines crucial for immune regulation and affecting the gut microbiota to generate short-chain fatty acids, which may promote anti-inflammatory responses. Very, very cool. We need to do more of that. Okay. There was also a study from last year, and in that study, they successfully isolated 4 bacterial species with low density polyethylene degrading activity and 3 with polypropylene degrading activity. It's crazy to think that our bodies are adapting this quickly, but already researchers are able to see changes occurring in our bodies as an evolutionary survival response to the massive microplastics pollution issue that we're facing. And by the way, is about to get exponentially worse, okay? Again, if you want me to do a depressing video on how it's about to get exponentially worse, I certainly can, but I mean, you guys can only imagine, but it's really bad. However, at this point, our bodies are still not able to degrade microplastics. Because of that, I do recommend that everybody eat as many probiotic-rich foods as they can and potentially take a probiotic if they would also like to do that. I just did a video on which ones are the most effective, but literally just by eating yogurt and other probiotic-rich foods can detox microplastics from your body, right? And that would also remediate some of the harmful impacts on your body. And there's been many, many studies showing this. Awesome.